You know, you look at a map of northern Manitoba, this area between the Pas and Flin Flon, you know, it's just so much water up here and it's just phenomenal fishing. I mean, people have been coming up to this area for generations, kind of where the roads end. And, you know, the beauty of this today is that there's been people that have been coming up here for years that can tell you stories about driving down, you know, gravel roads and tearing the axles off of boat trailers. But, you know, it's all tarred roads. It's all pavement all the way up here now. And so what's happening is people are starting to come up here in the wintertime, and it's easier to come up here in the open water or summertime. But despite that, the fishing's still incredible. I mean, you'd come out here and experience a type of fishing that brought people up here 40, 50 years ago. And it's just a place where you just come up and just wear yourself out catching a lot of fish. There's a fish. Seems like a good one. Boy, that is so cool watching those fish come in. Boy, these fish are strong, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really, really pumping.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just gorgeous walleye.
Nice one, Jason.
That's why we're here, right?
Great fish.
Wear ourselves out catching piles of walleyes like this.
Yes, sir.
Goodness. Love to know how many fish like this are within 50 miles of us, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool watching them.
All right. Jig out of the net here. This is about as candid as it gets. Jig, barbless hook, and a frozen shiner. So here's something that's kind of interesting. We've tried a few different things, and it's cold out. I mean, the water temps are still low 50s. Places where it's been high 40s coming across the lake here. Major wind, lots of fronts. It's early June, but I think they just had ice out here less than a couple weeks ago. But these fish are post-spawn. We're basically just hanging a jig and a minnow on the bottom, right over the side of the boat. And we're watching these fish come in on the active target. Just double hooking that minnow. This is that Northland deep V jig, long shank, which for hooking on salted shiners or frozen shiners important. Kind of got that aspirin pill shaped head, but on the bottom you can kind of see it's angled in. That's why this particular jig works so well in current and fishing right below the boat vertically. It just drops straight down, never rolls over on its side. I think that's important. That's why this jig works so well. When we've been up on these lakes in the past, you know, whenever you can find a narrow between two big lakes or an incoming stream or river, it seems like wherever you have those current areas early in the year for the first half of the summer at least, you know, you're going to catch all kinds of walleyes. I mean, you can just look at a map and pretty much see every spot where you're going to catch all kinds of fish. And so, you know, we get up in this narrow area between two lakes here on the Cranberry, and it's just a massive wave of fish. I mean, we put the active target down and it was just schools of 5 to 10 fish coming by every 10 minutes. I mean, just waves of fish. And so you think of how many fish are in this system and the fact that they're all rammed up into one area to spawn and they're all coming back. I mean, it's like a migration of fish. And, you know, our strategy after fishing around a little bit and getting a few bites and kind of slowing us down is, you know, we just spot lock, or you could anchor and just jig right below the boat and just ran traffic as those fish come by. And we've seen that pattern before, you know, probably most notably on Lake of the Woods, where these fish are coming out of the Rainy River, where you just anchor in one spot. There's just something about those fish wanting that jig straight up and down, laying in the mud or just tapping the mud, tapping the bottom, straight up and down, methodical, you know, kind of stained water. And we've seen that where that was the ticket on Lake of the Woods, and it definitely was the ticket, or seemed to work really well for us here. So, you know, we started moving around and put the line at an angle. We caught a few fish. But when we kept that line straight up and down and fished right below the boat, we started catching a lot more. And the number of fish that was coming below us, you know, we could sit in one spot all day and catch all kinds of fish.
Pretty fun. Just running the hook right in through the mouth, out the gill, giving a little twist right through the side, and then just running it up the shank. This looks basically like that. Just dropping it down all the way to the bottom. Pop it a couple times right away, but I've been just letting it sit on the bottom after that. It seems like they kind of like that and come to it and just pin it to the bottom, and then they're there. Oh. Feels really nice, yeah.
All right, I'll get the net here for you.
Right on the bottom.
Right below the boat. That's as good as it gets, huh?
That was, pumped it. Bigger fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really nice walleye. Come on, baby.
Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful Manitoba Walleye.
There we go.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Yes.
That's a chunk, huh?
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
Thanks, Jason. All right. Yeah, that's so fun.
Yeah.
He's just
Nice work.
right on the bottom and just pulled up a little bit on the rod, felt some weight, and boom, he's right there. All right, it's time to put her back in the water. So cool.
You know, when you come up to this part of the world, the fishing's pretty simple. You don't need a lot. I mean, you could get by with the most basic of gear because the fishing's that good. I mean, you don't need a very big tackle box. I would say if there's anything that you have to have, you know, a lot of 1/4 ounce jigs. You know, they sell frozen or salted shiners here at the lodge you can use, or you can use a lot of soft plastics, just a 3-inch grub style or curly tail grub, maybe a 4-inch fluke style, a 4-inch paddle tail. You know, the soft plastics will get you by, and you know, for catching a lot of walleyes. It's a lot of structure fishing. There's islands and reefs and funnels and pinch points that you can fish. And obviously you can cast spoons, you can cast spinner baits and soft plastic swim baits for the pike. For the lake trout, you know, you could jig spoons or jig jigs and plastics and catch all kinds of fish. Doesn't take a lot of gear, doesn't take a lot of equipment. You know, there aren't any lake maps in this part of the world for your GPS, or you have to do it old school, or you have to have a paper map and, you know, keep your orientation. You still want a GPS so you can get back, because if you're a North Dakota guy like me, getting all these trees and islands, you're going to be lost in about 5 minutes. But, you know, you're just going to have to go out and fish, and that's the beauty of this, is that there aren't any people out here, and so if you see something that looks fishy, usually there's fish on it. There he is. Little guy.
Oh, I got doubled up.
A doubled up?
Yep.
All right, I'm just going to lift mine in here. Whoa! Goodness. Isn't this something? That is something. Boy, you just got that pose on a jig.
Layered up.
Living. Big enough to bend that rod over.
Yeah. Angry.
You know, it's getting serious. We're just leaving the lid off the minnow.
Yeah, I know.
No sense in even putting them away.
No time to put it on.
Yeah.
There's fish on. Same thing, right? Just right on the bottom.
All right. Are you tired of catching them yet?
Never.
Yeah, me neither. Here, I'll put a net under it. That's just big enough where it might break.
There we go. Kind of all over the place down there. Lots and lots of fish.
Here's a good one here. There you go. There. Some of these fish, if you just crack it, some of the fish are just there. I'm just going to lift them in. They are all angry. Now it just looks like a fish to eat, don't it? When you can barely bend them, you know those fillets are firm. All right. Oh yeah. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're just,
I just love how strong these fish
they're
are.
so strong.
They give everything they've got.
Yeah.
There we go.
And they're just coming in at such a high speed. Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish around us and below us.
Yes, sir. That's perfect. All right, buddy. See you later. On.
Here comes one swimming in. It's kind of shocking. There's a lot more down there than what you'd think. There's 5, 6 of them swimming by at a time. They're not even showing up on 2D sonar, but we're seeing them on the down view of the active target.
Oh, there's
Oh,
one.
there's some coming. Oh, you got him?
Yep, I got one.
Just saw him swim by. How's he feel?
It feels better. It's a nice, pretty good
Oh
walleye.
yeah. Oh yeah. Let me get the net there. I was trying to catch one too. I was asleep at the wheel.
Gosh, they're all
Oh yeah.
very nice
Just
fish.
Gorgeous golden walleyes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool. Just watching them on the screen flying around.
Is that cool?
Yeah. They got a tude to them.
Oh, good one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm
It's pretty
coming.
nice. Just dropped it down, just crushed it.
That fish is fighting.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see what this is.
It's a pretty nice one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice long walleye. Goodness.
There we go.
Oh. Oh no, no, no. Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, nice one there.
It was almost a bad net job. Nice work there.
Thank you. There we are. Nice Canadian walleye. Smoked it right as soon as it hit the bottom. Didn't take very long at all. What a great trip. Once in a lifetime deal. Canadian Shield Lake walleyes. So much fun.
We are going into our 8th season here owning Viking Lodge, and it's a partnership between myself, Matthew Wientz, my brother Paul Wientz, and then our wives, Paul's wife Anita and my wife Charnel. And so it's a group effort here, and it's an incredible journey owning a fishing lodge and hunting lodge up here in northern Manitoba. We're on a property here about 16.5 acres. We've got 16 cabins, as well as about 16 RV sites, some seasonal, some are just a come and go. But we offer summer and winter accommodations, so we do the summer fishing, ice fishing, amenities. I mean, we've got a small restaurant that we serve lunch and suppers, and we have everything you would need for a fishing trip. You've got your bait, we've got your gas, maps of the lakes, tips on where to fish. If you're looking for a guide, we can hook you up with a fishing guide. There's really minimal things that you need to bring other than your personal belongings, your fishing gear and tackle, and the rest of it you can pretty much get here.
There's one.
Nice fish.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a beauty. Oh yeah. Oh, nice
Yes.
work. Nice work.
Thank you. Yeah, that one he just, again, just hit it hard right while the jig was on the bottom. Basically loaded up himself, just set the hook, and a little bit nicer fish here. There we go.
Nice. That's why we're
Northwest
here.
Manitoba walleye. Perfect. buddy. Back down.
That'll warm me up.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's a good one.
Good one?
Oh yeah, yeah, he feels nice.
All right, here I come.
He just laid on top of it. Oh yeah, nice walleye.
Whoa, whoa. And it popped out of the jig, but you know what?
Better.
As long as they're in the net, they all count the same, right?
Awesome.
Nice
awesome.
work.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, so for that, you know, a barbless hook, that's not just for the fish's safety, that's for our own safety.
Yeah, exactly.
You catch this many fish, and it's just easier when you can unhook them easy.
Oh, nice walleye.
Nice. Big old teeth on her.
Yeah, it's biting down on the net.
Yeah. All right.
Real nice
work.
fish.
Nice work. You see, I'll leave these fish. I mean, these fish are just coming out of the spawn. Water temperatures in that low 50-degree range, and it's cold out here.
Yeah.
But I tell you, these fish are biting good.
Yeah, the wind is really ripping, and
you know, I think that's why people come up to places like this. So it seems like the fish are always biting good. Yeah. I mean, we're in a major front. I mean, these type of conditions at home would just ruin a bite. And I think there's just so many fish in these places, and they have a short summer. It's like even the mosquitoes are carnivorous. Everything is eating.
That's right.
Short summers, these fish make it count. They don't have time to mess around with cold fronts.
They certainly are hungry. Let's get this one back in the water. There you go. Another
Living
one.
good.
Very fun.
Living good, bud. Have
Yes,
a nice
sir.
one.
Thank you.
We're gonna run out of bait.
Let's hope so.
We got this big container of shiners in the morning. That, well, we won't use that many. We'll catch them on plastics anyways. We won't need bait. And weird thing is, we tried some plastics. We had a couple of hits in here that kind of slowed us down in here. Knew they were in here. We just couldn't get them to bite. And funny how fishing is sometimes. Hanging these jigs right over the side of that frozen minnow, and can't keep them off. Yeah. Fun fishing.
One after the next.
You know, so I think a lot of people, when they come up here, you know, the walleye fishing is just stupid good. I mean, you just catch so many fish, and they're beautiful fish. I mean, they're big enough to bend the rod over, big enough to stretch the line. Every fish fights. I mean, it's just a fun trip when you come out here and catch so many walleyes. But then you throw in these big pike. You know, you can go up in these shallow bays, you know, especially when the sun's out and the water's warming up, where you'll just see these big logs laying there, and they're all, you know, pike that are over 40 inches long. You can cast for these pike up in the shallow water. If you're walleye fishing, you might catch lake trout by accident, or you can target them on purpose. But the beauty of this is that these lake trout are still shallow enough where you don't need downringers. You know, you can troll crankbaits, you can vertical jig up the ends of the points and catch lake trout. And so when you add in the walleyes, the fact that you can catch lake trout and big pike all in the same day, you know, I think that's why people come up to this part of the world. There's a big fish down there now. There we go. Hey! Look at that. Sweet. Never get tired of that, huh? Oh goodness. Beautiful walleye. Beautiful. You know, you see them come up on the active target, you know, you're just ready. Fish come up and all you just get that tick. Yeah, this is deadly. And it's fun. Everything about it. Seeing the fish, watching the fish come in on the screen. Just video fishing at its finest. Then obviously catching fish. Obviously catching fish like this right below the boat on a jig. Yeah, gorgeous. That's why people come up here. You drive by walleyes to get here. Obviously you can catch that same fish on Leech Lake or Devil's Lake or Mille Lacs or wherever, but people come up here because, I mean, you can catch, you can have 100 fish day so easy. You just catch so many fish, you wear yourself out, you get tired of catching them. I mean, you wonder how you can catch any more. This is where you come to get your fix when you're really mad at them.